Day YouTube. The title of this video may be a little bit different, or like, what is this guy talking about? I'm going to explain. It's something that I like to watch people. I like to interact with people. I'm not a professional counselor. That's not my thing in life, even though I'd like to be a counselor one day. But is that going to happen? No, because I'm not going to go back to school. And I'll tell you why in some other video some other day. But here's what I want to talk about, something very important. Hopefully you as an individual like yourself, and here is where I'm coming from. I'll interact with people sometimes, and I notice that these people are just going through the motions of their day, of their week, of their life, and that to me catches my attention, because that's not that's not the way I want to be. And I don't think anybody should live their life. And I'm not going to tell anybody how to live their life. Believe me, I'm going to just tell myself. But as an individual who likes to interact with people, I'm going to say, hopefully you like yourself. Here is where I'm coming from. Are you the type of individual that does things for others, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, first? And there's nothing wrong with that. I love to do things for my wife, but here's the thing. If I can do things for myself first and foremost, if I can take care of myself, if I can improve wherever I need to, then that means I can do things for my wife. I can care for her better. I can do things for her. But that's something that if I'm at peace, if I'm happy, then I can be even better for someone else. And that's one of the things that I see is sometimes people, when they start to date someone, their first focus is the other individual, because they are in that area of the relationship where I'll do anything for him or for her. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's the way it should be. I would do anything for my wife. I would do anything for my children. I would do a lot for my friends. But here's the thing. I like myself first and foremost. And I don't mean that in a selfish way, where I'm going to eat first before my family eats first. That's not what I'm saying. But if I can take care of myself mentally, physically, if I am happy in life, if I am satisfied, self-satisfaction as an individual, me, or as my job, if I have a job that I enjoy, I'm going to come home and I'm going to be happy, and I'm going to be like, let's go do something else and do other things. So I have a list of things here. When I say we should like ourselves and take it a step further, we should love ourselves. And I don't mean this in an egotistical way where in social media all you do is just take selfies, pictures of your same face every single day. I don't even like selfies to begin with. And there are people that do that, to each their own, because people are different. I mean, like yourself, love yourself, and by doing so you can be better towards others, towards people that are around you, that you interact with as needed. Growth. Self first, not in a selfish way. Are you fractured in some capacity of your self? Is there something that needs to be improved? Fractured means there's something that's off. If so, work on it. Whatever it could be. Maybe it's anger, maybe it's doubt, maybe it's confidence, maybe it's whatever. You fill in that blank. Your inner self. If people could see your inner self, if others could see your inner self, what would they say? Because of course appearance is external, but what about the things that we only know, the things up here, how we feel? If others could see that, because it's easy to fake the funk and to say, hey, I'm doing good, even though you're not. One time somebody asked me in the morning here at work, how are you doing? I was like, I'm doing great. How are you? Like, oh, I'm doing great as well. But I knew I wasn't doing great. That is the inner. Are you harsh? My wife made a comment about staying soft. Staying soft in the sense that we do not want to become harsh. At least I don't want to be known as a harsh individual. And when I was younger, I was harsh here or there. I would say it's kind of like a dog that is not tamed. And I don't mean bow down to him or to her, but it's just being a good person. At least that's what I aim for. What about any struggles that you may have? Is there a struggle or struggles that you think about that challenge you daily or weekly or here and there? If so, that's part of that fracturedness, if that's a word, that we as individuals should work on. I'm the type of guy that I don't like pain, I don't like stress, so I try to do whatever I can to reduce that and really maximize life. What about your temperature? What is your temperature like? And here are some notes that I have. Are you a hothead? Are you too laid back? Are you passive? Your temperature as an individual is something that we have to look in the mirror as needed and say, hey, you know what? I'm on track. I'm better than I was 5 years ago. And if that's the case, great. Or look in the mirror and say, nope, my temperature is not where it needs to be or not where I want it to be. So we work on that. Reminders. Do we have to remind ourselves as needed of our strengths, of our weaknesses? Maybe so, or maybe not. The reason I say that is because everybody has talent. Everybody has something to offer. Are you using those? And if the answer is no, here's a question for you, is why are you not using those talents? Imagine the satisfaction that you would get if you were able to use those talents and at the same time work on any weaknesses that we have. We all have weaknesses. I know I do. And that's something that if I'm aware of my weaknesses, I'm going to put the effort into working on them. And that is something that if I like myself and work on those things, others are going to benefit from those things. I heard yesterday something. I've heard it before, but this is what it was. It's okay not to be okay as long as you don't stay there, as long as I don't stay there. And that's something that I truly believe in. We're going to have down days. We're going to have moments of frustration, of challenges, of doubt, of insecurities. But as long as we do not stay there, think of it like this. You have to give a speech in front of a lot of people. And you are horrified of speaking in front of a lot of people. And that happens. Believe it or not, that happens a lot. What are we going to do to make it easier so when it's time for us to go up there, we deliver? And it's still going to be maybe a little bit stressful, but to the point where we are practicing that speech, or we know what we're talking about. We have that confidence and we're going to deliver. Seek inner peace. Peace is priceless. I love peace. We live in a world where peace isn't part of every single day. Could you imagine living in peace every single day? No, I don't think that's a reality. At least for me, it isn't. So I'm going to seek peace as much as possible and deal with any adversities, any challenges, anything that I need to as needed. You've heard of the golden rule. The golden rule is treat others the way you want to be treated. I'm positive the majority of you have heard that. What about treat yourself the way you want to be treated? First and foremost, treat yourself in a good way, in a positive way. So when you do that, it will go external towards other people, and expect that, because the golden rule is treat others the way you want to be treated. And I believe in the golden rule, but at the same time, treat yourself the way you want others to treat you. That is something that is very important. And if you do that, it's worked for me in many ways. Closure is something that I'll end with. Closure is if you have something that you have not dealt with for whatever reason, deal with that closure, or deal with it and get closure. We can't live in the past, and hopefully you don't live in the past. And at the same time, we do not want to be, nor should we be, chained up to something that happened to us, either that we did to ourselves or somebody else did to ourselves. And that is something that a lot of people may not think about or be aware of, that we have to get closure. Closure will bring peace. And you know, there's things in my life that I've done to others, that I've done to myself, but I've sought closure. And as soon as I can get closure, I can move forward. If not, I'm going to be stuck in that rut. Invest in yourself. I've talked about that. Like yourself. Love yourself. I don't mean that in an egotistical way, like I said just a few moments ago. I mean it in the sense that if you can do this for yourself, imagine how good you could be for other people around you.